So you're in midlife, right? You have been through some things, you've been through some relationships, maybe you completed a marriage, you're single right now, and um, open to having another love interest in your life at some point, right? So have you ever thought about how you would now approach a new love interest compared to when you were younger? Do you think that you would have the same disposition? Do you think you would do things the same? I don't think so. I think that once you've hit midlife, you've seen some things, you now have a completely different approach when it comes to a love interest. Let's talk about it. Hi and welcome. Welcome to the channel. This channel for single women in midlife who want to make this second chapter really, really count. They want to make it rock, right? They still have the desire to be all that they can be. They know there is more. They know the best is yet to come. They're just looking for a little support, a little community, a little guidance to actually create that new version, that full version of themselves. That's what this channel is about. My name is Sada Sharon Bandalis. I am a mind, body, spirit, holistic health coach. And yes, I support single women in midlife to recreate themselves, to transform, to become the greatest version, to live their best life yet. So today I want to talk about the approach, how our approach changes in midlife when we're fully grown and self-empowered versus when we're young and we're starting a relationship. Now, for myself, speaking for myself, I noticed, because not too long ago, I've been single for years, right? And just recently, maybe about 6 months ago, I met a love interest. I met a man that, after so many years, captured my attention. Now, that's already different from when I was younger, because when I was younger, there were less, how can I say, let me turn it around. It was easier for me to find a man attractive versus now. Now, there are many more things that I'll look for in a man before I find him attractive, right? And it's not just about the way he looks. Of course, I have to be attracted to the way he looks first, but that is not the most important thing. Okay, but yes, that plays a role. I'm not gonna deny that. I have to find him physically attractive before I will look further, right? So when I look further, I'm also at this point really quick at right away sensing if this is somebody that I would be interested in beyond the way they look. Right? It happens really quickly, and I know what to look for. I know what to feel for because of the work that I've done on myself, right? So I met a man a little while ago, and I mean, there were so many compatibilities that I thought that he was the one. I was really excited. I was really feeling this man. But, you know, because I was no longer, how can I say, naive? Um, uh, uh, yeah, naive, and maybe needing right? To be with somebody, uh, I was able to see beyond what I would have not noticed in the past. And even if I would have noticed, I would have ignored things that were really, really important to me. Core qualities that were different. There was a lot of stuff that was so similar. I mean, I could not believe it. I felt like he was the male version of myself. But then there were some core qualities in him that were not in alignment with who I am. And I knew that that would cause a problem more for me than for him. So I had to just let him be, and I had to honor who I was. And so it was a no-go for me. It was a no-go. And when I think about it, I'm like, oh man, that would have been beautiful if those core things would have aligned with my core qualities. But it would have come back and slapped me in the face if I had ignored those things. And I've done that in previous relationship. I have ignored the core things, and I'm not willing to do it again. So that's what I'm talking about. You know, when a grown woman approaches a love interest, she has a different disposition because she's no longer basing her self-worth on being chosen. And she knows that truly she's the one choosing. It may seem that he's choosing, but she's the one choosing. Some women, they make the first move. A grown woman also knows that that is a mistake. You don't make the first move as a woman. You just be. You just be, you know, the feminine being that you are, because we are magnetic. We are supposed to attract to us what we want and what aligns with us. We're not supposed to go out and get things. Okay? That's a man's position. That's male energy. Female energy is more still, is more magnetic. And so a woman is more within her power when she waits, when she just subtly sends out the signal that the man will pick it up like, yeah, I think she likes me. A smile, a hello is enough. It's enough. Because yeah, we do want to help the men out because they have to be so vulnerable to step up to us and introduce themselves and approach us, not knowing if we're going to reject them, right? So we do want to give them the green light by smiling and saying hello. And that's it. That's all we have to do, so that he knows, like, yeah, she's interested. I think I can take the chance, right? But we do not, as a divine feminine, we do not approach men. No, no. A man wants to feel that he earned you. A man is a hunter by nature. You can't change that. You cannot change that. A man is a hunter. He wants to hunt. It makes him feel like a man. It makes him feel strong. Okay? You don't want to change that. And when he finds that thing that, you know, that he really had to work for, then that thing becomes his pride and joy, and he will cherish that. So you want to be cherished by a man, you don't go approaching him first. And a grown woman knows that. Yes, she does. Now, let me look at my notes. Yeah, so she knows who she is. She knows what she stands for. She knows what she deserves. And she knows what she will not put up with. All of that has become crystal clear when she is in midlife and she's grown and self-empowered. Because that's the thing, being self-empowered. And it takes some life to live. It takes some work. It takes some discomfort to get to that point. But it's all worth it. It is all worth it. And if you need help getting to that point, if you're not quite there, you feel like, you are struggling with completely forming yourself and looking at parts of yourself that you feel no longer serve you, and you're not quite sure how to release those, then please let me know. That's what I'm here for. We can do a one-on-one. We could do a strategy, how you're gonna strategize your life. We could do a clarity call. So use me, okay? So yeah, a grown woman knows what she will and will not tolerate. Now, a grown woman really is starting from a position of self-respect. That is how she is dispositioned in midlife when she's grown and she knows herself and she knows her worth. She respects herself. And so she's going to demand that respect from another love interest. And a grown woman knows that being single is not a problem to be solved. A grown woman knows that being single is just, it's a phase, it's a chapter in life. It could be a permanent phase and it wouldn't be a problem, or it could be a temporary phase. Either way, she's not worried about it because she's content and self-contained. All right? She's not looking for somebody else to come make her happy. She has found her own internal happiness. She is content. She is full of her own essence. And the only thing that she would appreciate a man to bring to her is just additional joy and fun and company. But nothing that she needs, no, because she has fulfilled her own needs. And don't change that. Don't misconstrue that with that she, doesn't need a man. And no, she does not need a man, truly. A self-empowered woman does not need a man. She wants a man. I mean, there is a ocean between those two concepts, needing and wanting. Think about it. When you need something, you're vulnerable, you're weak. You will put up with things because you think you need this person to do certain things for you. But when you just want, then it's just something you want to add to your life. It's a choice. It's a self-empowered choice that you make to add somebody to your life. And that's a beautiful feeling, and it's a beautiful place to be in. A grown woman, in the beginning, when she meets a love interest, she's not in a rush. She's not in a rush because she's content, she's good. So now she can just chill out and take her time and observe this man. Observe, how he moves, who he is. She can learn and get to know him. She's not in a rush, and she will not be rushed. Because I can tell you how much I have been rushed in my life. You know, just always being pressured to speed up the process. And I will no longer allow that. If you can't just chill out with me, then maybe there's something you don't want me to see. I'm just saying, right? What's the rush? Like, really, what's the rush? If you're good with who you are, and I'm good with who I am, then what are we rushing for? Why can't we just take our time and make sure that the time that we invest is going to be worth it? It's not going to be a waste. So yeah, she listens instead of doing all the talking. You know how we women sometimes like to yap, 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 yap. Now, because she's secure within herself, she no longer overtalks. She's not just, taking over the conversation with all that chatter. She's chilling out and observing and listening to everything and storing the information. Yes, indeed. So instead of thinking, how can I get this man to like me? She's thinking, is this man worthy of me? Is this man aligned with who I am? Do we truly gel? That's a whole different disposition, right? She's giving herself the opportunity to really know if this is worth her time, because she's not desperate, because she is feeling self-empowered. That is so important. I mean, if you're not self-empowered, I don't think it's worth it to start a relationship, because it's never gonna end well. It's just never gonna end well, because you cannot create something more than what you are. So if you're lacking, you cannot attract a situation that is full, that is complete, because you're incomplete. You got to complete yourself first before you can even create something that's complete. It's math. It's simple, energetic math. Now, a grown woman, a self-empowered woman, will maintain her own identity. You know how we women tend to forget who we are. As soon as we meet a man, we forget who we are. We drop everything that we're doing, and we now kind of follow his lead, and we start to do the things that he wants to do. We stop taking all that good care of ourselves. We had this whole routine, all right? And now we're just letting everything slip because we met a man and he wants to do this and he wants to do that, and we just lose ourselves in the man. Oh, major mistake. Major mistake. The reason why the man was attracted to you are the same reasons why he's gonna stay attracted to you. So if you drop those things, the things that you were doing before you met him, you're gonna lose. You're gonna be less interesting after a while, because you're no longer that person that you were being when he met you. It's not even something that happens consciously within the other person. It happens energetically, because you are not feeding the you that you were. You're feeding him, right? And you're running low. You're running low, and you're running out of the energy that is you, the essence that is you. So we don't make that mistake when we're self-empowered. We know who we are, and we stand firm in who we are, and we first do us, right? We show up as us, as the full us, taken care of, nurtured, self-nurtured. Yeah. Self-healed, self-contained, self-worthy. Yeah. Every day. Every day we do the things that we need to do for us first. And then we show up full. That's how we do it. And she pays attention to the red flags. She pays attention to the red flags. She no longer needs to ignore the red flags because she's afraid that she's going to have to be alone again. See, that's so important. No, she knows that it's actually better to be on her own in peace than to be with somebody else in drama. She knows that. She knows how important it is to be in peace with or without another person. And she will never compromise that, because it's in her. It's solidly ingrained in her. She trusts herself enough. She trusts herself enough to walk away and know, as much as I would love this to work, as much as I like so many parts of this man, I know these red flags are real. They are not a figment of my imagination. They are real. They are there for me to see and take notice. And so I am going to respectfully decline. She also knows that the right one is coming. If it's not him, then it's somebody else, right? If it's not him, it's somebody else. So no worries, no worries, no worries. He's on his way. He's on his way. Don't go settle for the in the meantime guy, for the in between guy, for the practice guy. Because when you meet somebody and there are red flags, you're practicing. You're just practicing for that right one. And we practiced. Maybe you completed a marriage. You practiced. You had maybe you had a 20-year practice, right? You had plenty of practice, and so utilize that. We utilize that. We don't forget the lessons we've learned, and we know that there's no rush because we are self-contained, self-empowered. So she makes her choices from that place, not from fear. There are no choices anymore being made from fear, because she's not afraid. She loves herself. She enjoys herself. So there's no fear to be alone. Being alone and being lonely are two completely different things. Once again, oceans between those two concepts of being alone and being lonely. You could be alone and be blissful. You could be alone and still feel, completely surrounded by the company of yourself. Or you could be lonely, feeling that you're missing somebody or something, right? You can also be with somebody and still be lonely because the person is just not the one for you. They don't see you, they don't get you. So it's a lonely feeling, and I think that's even worse than actually being lonely on your own. That's a heavier loneliness when you're with somebody and you still feel lonely. Oh my goodness. That, I think that hurts more, right? So a self-empowered woman is not afraid to be alone. She's never really alone. She's with herself. Yeah. So a self-empowered woman doesn't need a man to make herself feel beautiful. She knows she is beautiful. So when a man comes around and he tells her that she's beautiful, it's just a confirmation, right? It's not that you grab your self-worth from what he says. You already have it. You already know it. He's just confirming. He's just putting a little cherry on top. Major difference. Major difference. Because she's not looking for validation from outside of herself. She validates herself every day. Every day she validates herself. She's not looking to be rescued. Every day she rescues herself. She knows how to rescue herself. She knows how to nurture herself. She knows how to love herself. She knows how to respect herself. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She's looking for a partner who can walk side by side with her, not who wants to walk ahead of her or behind her. Side by side. That's it. That's it. That's what she wants, not needs. So remember, the most important relationship we will ever have is the relationship with ourselves. You and you, that's what it's about. Everything else is just like a reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. The relationship you have with yourself will reflect on the outside, because as it is within, so it will be without, right? So you can actually test how you're doing with your own self-love and your own self-worth by what you attract, by the type of people that you attract to you. If they're not giving you the respect and the love, then you are not there. You are not giving yourself the love and respect. You're still looking outside. Once that's there, it's gonna line up and you're gonna attract people that are reflecting, that are reflecting what's going on inside of you. So if you're solid in your own power and your own self-love, you're gonna attract somebody who's going to treat you that way, because it's a vibrational thing. So that is the difference. That is the difference, ladies, between when we were young and now that we have done the work and we've experienced and we've lived life, and now we are ready. That's why I think that this is the best time to really form or attract that divine relationship. Everything else that we were doing was practice. Now we can have that beautiful divine relationship. No, it is not too late. It is the time. And if it doesn't happen, well, then you have that relationship with yourself, right? So either way, life is good. So ladies, if you loved and enjoyed this video, then please give me a like and give me a comment. Let me know what you think, and subscribe so that this channel can grow and so that more women can find us and join us so that we can support one another. And until we meet again, I am wishing you lots of peace and love.